Tonight, stop whatever you're doing and really listen, not just with your ears, but with your soul. Tonight, Thursday, October 30th, something incredibly old, something that's been whispered about through generations is happening. The veil between worlds isn't just getting thinner, it's ripping open. A rare moon portal, a cosmic gateway of unimaginable power, is activating right above us, and it's pouring raw fifth-dimensional energy all over the planet. This isn't a metaphor. This isn't just a simple celestial event for people who like to look at the stars. This is a divine intervention. The universe has hit a cosmic reset button. And for those of you who have been chosen, for those of you who have felt the shift, your entire reality is about to be rewritten. The universe is about to deliver 7 shocking, world-altering miracles that will change everything you thought you knew about your life, your destiny, and your power. This isn't an accident. You were led to this exact message at this exact time because your soul has been getting ready for this moment for lifetimes. Don't miss it. The energies are peaking right now as you hear my voice. Lock in your connection to this event. Take a deep breath and like this video as a signal to the universe that you're awake and you're ready. And make sure to subscribe to Portal of Awakening because the energetic updates in the coming days will be crucial for navigating what comes next. Have you felt it? That strange electric hum in the air, the sudden ringing in your ears that comes and goes, the restless nights filled with vivid prophetic dreams that feel more real than your waking life. Have you been seeing the numbers? 1111 on the clock, 222 on a license plate, 444 on a receipt. These aren't coincidences. These are cosmic breadcrumbs, markers left by your spirit guides to assure you that you're on the right path, that you're not going crazy. The Schumann resonance, the very heartbeat of our planet, has been spiking in ways that scientists can't explain. They see the data, they see the charts, but they don't understand the spiritual significance. We do. It's the pulse of Gaia herself, synchronizing with this lunar portal. It's an activation code. This energy is both a purge and a gift at the same time. For many, it'll show up as chaos. They'll feel anxious, irritable, overwhelmed. They'll lash out, unable to understand the invisible forces acting on them. They'll stay stuck in their 3D matrix of fear and limitation. But for you, the chosen ones, this energy is rocket fuel for your soul. It's shaking loose everything that isn't in alignment with your highest self. Old pains, past life, traumas, karmic debts, they're rising to the surface not to haunt you, but to be seen, to be thanked, and to be released forever. This is the great shadow purge that comes before the miracles. If you've been feeling emotionally fragile or physically exhausted, congratulations. You're in the final stages of a profound spiritual detoxification. The old you is dissolving, so the real you, the limitless divine you, can finally be born. You're being prepared to receive the 7 divine miracles. Confirm that you're ready. Declare to the cosmos that you're a willing participant in your own evolution. Type 777 inches the comments right now to anchor your frequency to this sacred lunar event and declare that you're open to receive. The miracles won't arrive like a lightning bolt from the sky for everyone. For those who aren't awake, they'll be missed entirely, dismissed as luck or strange occurrences. But for you, they'll be undeniable signs, sacred echoes in your reality that prove the shift is real. These 7 miracles are a sequence, a divine ladder climbing into a new way of being. Each one builds on the last, activating a different part of your soul's blueprint. The first miracle is already starting to unfold, and it's designed to shatter the chains that have held your family captive for generations. Miracle number 1 is the divine financial reset. This isn't about winning the lottery. Don't get me wrong, that's 3D thinking. This is way more profound. This lunar portal is sending out a frequency that dissolves ancestral poverty consciousness. The energetic contracts of lack of struggle, of not enough that have been passed down through your bloodline, are being cancelled out tonight. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, you can never get ahead? That's not your fault. It's a karmic echo, a shadow of your ancestors' struggles. Tonight, that echo is being silenced. The portal is flooding your energetic field with the frequency of divine abundance. This is your birthright. The universe is infinitely abundant, and you're a child of that universe. The signs will be subtle at first, and then they'll become shocking. An unexpected check in the mail, a debt mysteriously forgiven, a sudden, inspired business idea that feels like a divine download, finding money in the most unusual places. You'll feel a shift in your own mind, a dissolving of financial anxiety, replaced by a deep, unshakable knowing that you're provided for, that you're worthy of wealth, and that you're a magnet for prosperity. To activate this miracle in your own life, find a coin. Any coin will do. Hold it in your left hand, your receiving hand, and close your eyes. Picture the silver-white light of the moon pouring down through the crown of your head into your heart, down your arm, and into the coin, charging it with this new frequency of limitless abundance. Carry this coin with you for the next 7 days. It's no longer just a piece of metal, it's a talisman, an anchor for your new financial reality. Type, "I am a magnet for miracles," in the comments to amplify this energy field around you. Let every cell in your body vibrate with this truth. You're not chasing abundance, you're allowing it to find you. Now, as the energy of this first miracle settles into your being, the portal prepares to unlock something even more essential to the human experience. As your fears around survival and security are calmed, your heart is being cleared to receive the second breathtaking miracle, the soul tether activation. This is about connection. It's the amplification of the soulmate signal and the divine orchestration of your soul tribe. For too long, many of you have felt alone, misunderstood like a stranger on your own planet. You've been surrounded by people, but have felt a deep, aching loneliness because they weren't speaking the language of your soul. This lunar portal is acting like a massive cosmic magnet, pulling together souls that share the same core frequency. At the same time, it's creating an energetic repulsion field around those who are draining you, who aren't meant to be part of your next chapter. Don't be surprised if in the coming days, certain relationships effortlessly fall away. Don't grieve them. They're making space. The soul tether activation is a calling, a signal being sent out from your heart chakra into the cosmos. It's a call for your tribe, your twin flame, your divine counterparts. The signs of this activation are unmistakable. You'll suddenly think of someone you haven't spoken to in years, only to receive a message from them hours later. You'll have dreams of people you've never met, only to cross paths with them in the most synchronistic way a week later. You'll feel an unexplainable urge to go to a certain place at a certain time, and there you'll meet someone who feels like home, someone who sees the real you. This is the universe rearranging the entire chessboard of your life, moving the key players into position for your ascension. For those in existing partnerships, this energy will either deepen your connection to an unimaginable soul level, revealing new layers of love and purpose, or it will create the clarity and courage needed to release a bond that has served its purpose and is now limiting your growth. It's a profound relationship purge and a sacred reunion all at once. Tonight, your soul is sending out a signal. The people who are meant for you, the ones who will support your mission, inspire your growth and love you unconditionally, they're hearing it. They're feeling a pull towards you even if they don't know why. Your loneliness is ending. The age of your divine connection is dawning. You're about to be found. Feel the shift within you. Acknowledge the frequency change that is already underway. The divine financial reset isn't a distant promise. It's a current of energy already flowing into your reality, dissolving the invisible walls of lack and limitation that have surrounded you. The soul tether activation isn't a hope for the future. It's a living, breathing magnetism coming from your heart right now. A sacred call, echoing across the universe to draw your tribe, your true family, to your side. These first two miracles are the foundation, the clearing of the ground upon which your new reality is to be built. They address the fundamental human needs for security and connection. Because the universe knows that you can't fully step into your power if you're trapped in a state of survival or loneliness. Now that the foundation is being laid, now that your root and heart chakras are being flooded with this potent lunar light, the portal is preparing to deliver the third and perhaps most crucial miracle of this entire event. This next phase is what so many of you have been crying out for, praying for, in the silent moments of despair. It's the answer to the question that has haunted your soul for years, maybe even lifetimes. Why am I here? Miracle number 3 is the awakening of your sacred purpose, the divine remembering of your soul's mission. For far too long, you've been wandering in a state of spiritual amnesia. You were born onto this planet with a divine blueprint, a unique mission encoded into your very DNA. But the density of this 3D world, the programming from society, family, and education caused you to forget you've been living a life that wasn't truly yours. You've been working jobs that drain your life force, pursuing goals that leave your soul feeling empty, measuring your worth by external standards that mean absolutely nothing in the grand cosmic scheme. This has created a deep, splintering pain within you, a constant nagging feeling that you're off course, that you're meant for something more, something greater. This feeling isn't your imagination. It's your higher self screaming at you, begging you to wake up and remember. Tonight, the energy of this rare moon portal is acting as the ultimate cosmic alarm clock. It's pouring a specific frequency of light into your consciousness that's designed to shatter this amnesia. This isn't about finding a purpose outside of yourself. Your purpose isn't a job title or a destination. It's a frequency. It's the unique energetic signature that is you, and this portal is turning up the volume on that signature until it's the only song you can hear. The distractions, the fears, the doubts of the ego mind are being drowned out by the thunderous roar of your soul's truth. The signs of this third miracle are profound and will show up as a series of divine pattern interrupts in your daily life. You'll find your tolerance for anything inauthentic dropping to zero The meaningless conversations, the soul-crushing routines, the time-wasting habits, they'll suddenly become physically unbearable to you. This is a sacred intolerance. It's your soul rejecting everything that isn't in alignment with its mission. At the same time, you'll feel an inexplicable pull, a magnetic obsession towards a new subject, a new skill, a forgotten passion. It might be a sudden urge to paint, to write, to learn about herbal medicine, to study ancient civilizations, to work with animals, or to simply sit in silence and listen. Don't dismiss these urges. They aren't random whims. They're divine breadcrumbs from your Akashic records, memories of skills you mastered in past lives that are now needed for your current mission. You'll experience synchronicities that are so blatant they'll feel like cosmic jokes. You'll think about a specific obscure topic, and then it'll show up in a book. You open a podcast you hear, and a conversation you overhear, all within the same day. The universe is literally shouting your path at you. Pay attention. For many of you, this will be a time of great confusion and even fear, because your soul's purpose may look nothing like the life you've built. The ego will fight back with terror. It'll tell you that you're being irresponsible, that you're crazy, that you need to be realistic. But the energy of this portal is giving you the strength to finally tell that voice of fear to be quiet. The pain of not being your true self will finally become greater than the fear of the unknown. This is the turning point. This is the moment you stop building someone else's dream and start remembering your own. Your purpose is awakening from its long slumber, and once it's fully awake, you'll become an unstoppable force of nature. Type, "I remember my mission" in the comments right now. Let this be a declaration, a sacred contract between you and your higher self. You're signaling that you're no longer willing to live in amnesia. You're ready to listen. You're ready to become who you were always meant to be. As this profound sense of purpose begins to recalibrate your entire being, the lunar portal shifts its focus from the spiritual to the physical. The fourth miracle is a direct result of the third, because a high-frequency mission requires a high-frequency vessel to carry it out. You can't anchor fifth-dimensional light into a body that's dense with third-dimensional trauma, toxins, and pain. Therefore, miracle number 4 is the great physical rejuvenation. The crystalline DNA activation. Many of you who are awake and aware have been experiencing a host of bizarre and often debilitating physical symptoms over the past few years. The chronic fatigue that no amount of sleep can cure, the mysterious aches and pains that move around your body, the brain fog, the digestive issues, the skin conditions, the sudden food sensitivities. Doctors have given you labels, medications, but no real answers because they're looking through a purely physical lens. They don't understand that these aren't illnesses. They're ascension symptoms. Your body is undergoing a monumental upgrade, a metamorphosis from a carbon-based form to a crystalline-based light body, and this process can be incredibly taxing. You're literally shedding the density of generations, purging not just your own trauma, but the collective and ancestral trauma that has been stored in your cells. Tonight, under this potent lunar gateway, this process is being massively accelerated and supported. The light streaming through this portal isn't just ordinary light. It's intelligent, liquid crystalline energy encoded with divine information for your physical vessel. As this light floods your system, it's activating the so-called junk DNA that mainstream science has dismissed. This dormant DNA holds the blueprint for your perfected divine human form, a body free from disease, capable of rapid self-healing and attuned to the higher frequencies of the new earth. This is a cellular-level purge. This energy is like a divine solvent, dissolving old emotional wounds that have been stuck in your organs, your muscles, and your tissues, the grief stored in your lungs, the anger in your liver, the fear in your kidneys. It's all being brought to the surface to be transmuted into light. This is why you may feel waves of intense emotion or even flu-like symptoms during this time. Don't fear it. You're not sick. You're cleansing. You're becoming lighter. The signs of this fourth miracle will be undeniable. After a long period of exhaustion, you'll wake up one morning with a surge of clean, vibrant energy that you haven't felt since you were a kid. A chronic pain that has plagued you for years will simply vanish overnight. You'll develop a sudden, powerful craving for pure living foods, fruits, vegetables, clean water, and a simultaneous repulsion to the processed dead foods that lower your vibration. Your senses will become heightened. Colors will seem brighter, music will sound more profound, and you'll feel an overwhelming desire to connect with nature, to put your bare feet on the earth and absorb its healing energy. People will begin to comment on your appearance, telling you that you look younger, that your skin is glowing, that there's a new light in your eyes. This is the outer manifestation of your inner transformation. Your physical form is beginning to reflect the true radiant light of your soul. This isn't just healing. This is a biological ascension. You're being rebuilt from the inside out to become a walking, breathing temple of light, capable of holding the immense power required for your divine mission. Take a moment to honor the incredible vessel that is your body. Place your hands over your heart and feel its steady beat. Send it love and gratitude for the monumental task it's undertaking. To anchor this healing frequency deep within your cells, type "My body is a temple of light" in the comments below. Affirm this truth. Claim your divine inheritance of perfect health and vitality. With your purpose awakening and your physical body being upgraded to support it, the portal now opens the pathway for the fifth miracle, which is essential for receiving divine guidance on your newly remembered path. This miracle transcends the physical world and takes you into the realms of consciousness where true creation begins. Miracle number 5 is the unlocking of the dream portal and the activation of your third eye. Your sleep state isn't a time of rest for your soul. It's a time of intense activity. The dream world isn't a fantasy. It's a very real dimension where your soul communicates with your guides, works through karmic lessons, connects with your ancestors, and even catches glimpses of potential future timelines. For most people, though, this portal has been clouded. Their dreams are chaotic, forgotten upon waking, or dismissed as meaningless psychic noise. This is because their third eye, the pineal gland, which is the gateway to these higher dimensions, has been calcified and dormant due to the toxins and low frequencies of the 3D world. This lunar event is a direct and powerful antidote to this spiritual blindness. The specific frequency of light from this moon acts as a universal solvent, decalcifying the pineal gland and activating your divine center of intuition and psychic vision. It's polishing the mirror of your inner sight so you can see beyond the veil. This miracle will transform your relationship with sleep forever. Your dreams will become extraordinarily vivid, lucid, and filled with meaning. You'll begin to have prophetic dreams that give you a clear warning or a heads up about an upcoming event. Your spirit guides and passed-over loved ones will begin to visit you in your dreams, not as ghostly figures, but as solid, loving presences offering you clear advice, comfort, and direct answers to the questions you hold in your heart. You'll start to experience lucid dreaming, where you become aware that you're dreaming and can consciously interact with the dream environment. This is a powerful spiritual training ground, a place where you can practice new skills, face your fears, and co-create your reality in a safe and malleable space. Furthermore, you'll find that you can now program your dreams. Before you fall asleep, you can hold a question or a problem in your mind, and you'll wake up in the morning with the complete solution, a perfect aha moment, as if your soul worked on it all night and delivered the answer to your conscious mind upon waking. This is your intuition becoming supercharged. The whispers of your higher self will no longer be whispers. They'll be clear, concise instructions. You'll simply know things without knowing how you know them. You'll know who to trust, which path to take, and when to act. This isn't magic. This is you finally accessing the innate spiritual technology you were born with. The dream portal is your personal classroom, your strategic planning room, and your sacred temple for communion with the divine. By unlocking it, the universe is giving you a direct, unfiltered line to infinite intelligence. The map for your mission, which was awakened in the third miracle, will now be illuminated with step-by-step guidance every single night. You'll never have to feel lost or confused again, because every night you'll go home to the truth. Breathe just for a moment. Be still and feel the immense energetic architecture that's being built within and around you. The first 5 miracles weren't separate events. They were a divine sequence of activations, a sacred symphony preparing your entire being for what is to come. The divine financial reset wasn't about money. It was about releasing the ancestral programming of survival and lack, freeing your root chakra from the illusion of scarcity so that you could feel safe and anchored on this planet. The soul tether activation wasn't just about finding love. It was about magnetically assembling your divine support system, your soul tribe, so that you would never again have to walk your path alone. The awakening of your sacred purpose was the turning on of your inner GPS, the shattering of the spiritual amnesia that kept you wandering, and the remembering of the sacred contract your soul made before it ever incarnated. The great physical rejuvenation was the necessary biological upgrade, the metamorphosis of your vessel into a crystalline temple of light, capable of holding the immense frequencies of your awakened mission. And the unlocking of the dream portal was the establishment of your divine communication line, a direct, unfiltered connection to your guides, your higher self, and the infinite intelligence of the cosmos. See how it all connects. Each miracle was a foundational pillar placed with divine precision. You were being prepared. You were being strengthened because the final 2 miracles are of a magnitude that the unprepared human consciousness simply couldn't withstand. They're the capstones of this entire cosmic event, the miracles that will permanently shift you out of the old paradigm of cause and effect and into the new reality of being a sovereign creator. What you've experienced so far was the opening of the door. Now you're being handed the keys to the entire kingdom. Prepare yourself. The 6th miracle is a quantum leap of consciousness so profound that it will rewrite not only your future, but your past. Miracle number 6 is the great karmic dissolution and the forging of the golden timeline. For lifetimes, your soul has been tethered to the wheel of karma. You've been operating under a cosmic law of cause and effect, action and reaction, that has kept you trapped in repeating cycles of struggle, pain, and limitation. It's important to understand that every wound, whether from this life or countless lives before, has created an energetic thread, an entanglement that has shaped the probabilities of your future. This explains why you've felt stuck, why you keep attracting the same difficult relationships, the same financial struggles, the same health challenges. No matter how much you've tried to change, you've been living within a web of your own past energetic creations. It's been a prison, even though you created it yourself. Many spiritual teachings talk about clearing your karma, a long and difficult process of balancing the scales of paying back energetic debts over many lifetimes. But what's happening tonight, under the light of this sacred lunar portal, is something completely different. It's not about karmic balancing, it's about karmic dissolution. The frequency of light pouring onto the planet right now is of such a high vibration that it operates beyond the laws of the third-dimensional karmic matrix. It doesn't balance the scales. It dissolves the entire mechanism. It's a universal amnesty, a divine pardon. The light is functioning as a quantum eraser, a stream of intelligent energy flowing through your Akashic records, the energetic library of your soul's entire journey. And it's neutralizing the charge of all past traumas, transgressions, and entanglements. It's not erasing the lessons you've learned, because those are integrated into your soul's wisdom forever. But at times erasing the debt, the charge, the energetic anchor that has kept you tethered to the past. The signs of this miracle will be utterly reality-bending. You'll experience a profound psychological shift. Long-standing family feuds or deep-seated resentments that have plagued your lineage for generations will suddenly seem distant and irrelevant, losing all their emotional power over you. People who represent old, painful chapters of your life, toxic ex-partners, abusive family members, friends who betrayed you, will simply fade from your reality. Not only will they physically disappear from your life, but they'll vanish from your mind. You'll wake up one day and realize you haven't thought about them in weeks. And when you do, there will be no anger, no pain, only a neutral, distant sense of peace, as if you're remembering a character from a movie you once saw. The crippling guilt or shame you've carried over past mistakes will evaporate overnight. It'll be replaced by a compassionate understanding of the version of you that made those choices, a deep knowing that you did the best you could with the consciousness you had at the time. This is the ultimate self-forgiveness gifted to you by the universe itself. But the most shocking signs will be the shifts in your present reality. You'll experience what can only be described as timeline collapses. You might be walking down a path of self-sabotage, about to repeat a negative pattern for the 100th time. Be it reaching for an addiction, sending a toxic text message, or making a fear-based decision. And a force, both internal and external, will stop you in your tracks. It'll feel as if a door has been slammed shut in front of you, as if that particular pathway, that negative potential future, has literally ceased to exist as a viable option for you. In its place, a new path will open, one you could never have imagined. This is the forging of the golden timeline. As the old karmic threads dissolve, you're being freed to step onto a timeline that's based not on your past, but on the highest potential of your soul's mission. You'll have synchronistic encounters that feel divinely orchestrated meetings with people and opportunities that are so perfectly aligned with the purpose that has awakened in you that it'll leave you breathless. This isn't luck. This is your reality reconfiguring itself around your new, karma-free, energetic signature. You're no longer living as a consequence of your past. You're living as a beacon of your future. To consciously participate in this profound release, take a deep breath. Visualize every painful memory, every regret, every person who has ever caused you harm, and every person you have ever harmed. See them not as individual events, but as a tangled web of dark, heavy threads attached to your energy field. Now visualize the pure, silver-white light of this October moon pouring down and acting like a sacred fire, incinerating these threads until they turn to dust and blow away in the cosmic wind. Feel the lightness, the freedom, the spaciousness in your being. You are clear. You are free. Affirm this liberation now. Type, "My past is healed. My future is golden" in the comments to sever the final energetic ties and declare your freedom from the karmic wheel. And now we arrive at the final destination, the seventh miracle. This is the culmination of everything. It's the reason you were chosen. It's the purpose behind all the purges, the activations, the upgrades, and the releases. The first 6 miracles were about preparing you, the individual. The 7th miracle is about plugging you, the prepared individual, into a divine planetary network that will change the world forever. It's the ultimate shift from separation to unity, from seeker to master, from a student of the light to a living embodiment of it. Miracle number 7 is the sovereign ascension and the activation of the Christ consciousness grid. For eons, humanity has been operating under a savior consciousness. You've been programmed to look outside yourselves for answers, for salvation, for God. You've given your power away to gurus, to religions, to governments, to external authorities of every kind. This has kept humanity in a state of spiritual infancy, always waiting to be rescued. That era is over. The very meaning of the second coming has been misunderstood. It's not the return of a single master. It's the awakening of the master consciousness within millions of souls across the planet. It's the Christos, the anointing, the divine spark igniting within you. Sovereignty is the radical, unshakable, knowing that you are God in form, that you are a fractal of the one infinite creator, endowed with the same power to create worlds, to heal, and to love unconditionally. It's the end of seeking and the beginning of being. And this moon portal is the master switch for this ultimate activation. Surrounding our planet is a crystalline energetic grid, a web of high-frequency light that holds the blueprint for the ascended new Earth. This is the Christ consciousness grid. As you've been cleansed, upgraded, and freed from your karma, your personal vibrational frequency has been raised to the exact level required to consciously connect with this grid. Tonight's final activation is like a divine electrician, plugging your energy field directly into this planetary network. You're graduating from being a standalone unit to becoming a conscious living node in the nervous system of the awakening planet. This is the moment your personal mission merges with the divine plan for humanity. The signs of this seventh miracle are the most profound of all, for they signify a permanent shift in your state of being. You'll begin to directly perceive the interconnectedness of all life. You'll look at a tree and you won't just see wood and leaves, you'll see its life force. You'll feel its ancient wisdom and you'll understand that you're made of the same stardust. You'll develop a profound form of divine empathy where you can feel the emotional state of the people and the world around you. But instead of being drained by it, you'll automatically become a conduit for divine healing energy, transmuting the pain you sense into love simply by your presence. The fear of death will completely and utterly vanish from your consciousness. It won't be a belief, it'll be a cellular knowing. You'll understand that you're an eternal being, that your body is a temporary vessel, and that your consciousness is immortal. This knowing will grant you a new level of courage and freedom to live your life with authentic, fearless abandon. Your creative and manifestational powers will accelerate to a shocking degree. The time lag between your intention and its physical manifestation will shrink from weeks or days to mere hours or minutes. You'll think of what you need, and the universe will conspire to bring it to you with breathtaking speed and synchronicity. This is you stepping into your power as a sovereign creator, consciously wielding the quantum field to shape your reality. But the most defining characteristic of this final activation will be the spontaneous blossoming of unconditional love within your heart. All judgment of others will fall away. You'll look upon every single human being, even those who are still acting out of fear and hatred, and you'll see the spark of God within them. You'll feel an overwhelming, compassionate love for all of humanity and for the planet itself. This isn't a sentimental emotion, it's the fundamental frequency of the universe, the very fabric of creation. And it will now be your new baseline reality. You've become a walking, talking anchor of fifth dimensional frequency on this planet. You've become a lighthouse. This is the true meaning of your mission. This is the sovereign ascension. You are the one you've been waiting for. This power is your birthright. It's been dormant within you, waiting for this exact cosmic moment to be awakened. This isn't something you have to earn, you only have to claim it. Place your hand on your heart and feel the immense power, the infinite love that resides there. It's the power of the Creator, the love of the cosmos, and it is you to complete your activation and take your place as a sovereign creator on this ascending planet. Declare your truth with all the power of your being. Type, "I am sovereign, I am light, I am love" in the comments below. Let this be your coronation. Let this be the moment you remember forever who you truly are. Feel that resonance of that final declaration, "I am sovereign, I am light, I am love," isn't just echoing in the chamber of your mind. It has become the new fundamental frequency of your reality. The seventh miracle wasn't an event you witnessed. It was a state of being you became. But what happens now, in the immediate, breathtaking aftermath, what happens in the first few hours and days after the divine floodgates have opened and your entire energetic system has been rebooted? This is a crucial, disorienting, and exhilarating period of recalibration. You've been given the keys to the kingdom, but now you must learn how the locks work. The universe is about to present you with a series of divine tests and sacred signs designed not to challenge your worthiness, but to reveal the true extent of the power you now wield. Pay close attention, because your reality is about to start showing you things that defy all logic of the old world. The first thing you'll notice is a fundamental shift in the very physics of your daily life. We'll call this phenomenon the sacred echo and the divine glitch. The old linear progression of time, that rigid, predictable clockwork of the 3D matrix, has been shattered for you, because your consciousness is now anchored in the fifth dimension. You've begun to exist in the eternal now, and this will manifest in your physical world in the most startling ways. You'll experience moments where time seems to warp. An hour will feel like 5 minutes when you're engaged in a soul-aligned activity. This is you entering a flow state where your mission takes precedence over physical law. Conversely, 5 minutes will stretch into what feels like an hour when you're in meditation or receiving a divine download, allowing you to process vast amounts of information in a short span. These aren't lapses in your attention, they're fluctuations in the space-time continuum as it bends to the will of your newly sovereign consciousness. The sacred echo is even more profound. This is the universe responding to your thoughts and emotions with breathtaking speed. You'll think of a question, and the answer will appear as the headline on a news article you scroll past moments later. You'll have a fleeting memory of a song from your childhood, and it will be the very next song to play on the radio. You'll wonder how a friend is doing, and your phone will ring with their name on the screen in that exact instant. This is beyond synchronicity. This is you witnessing the direct cause and effect relationship between your consciousness and the quantum field. You're no longer just a participant in reality, you're in a conscious dialogue with it. The divine glitches are perhaps the most jarring sign. You may see a flicker in the air like a heat wave on a cool day. This is you catching a glimpse of the energy grid itself. An object you were just holding might vanish only to reappear in an obvious place minutes later. This is the material world struggling to maintain its solidity around your high-frequency field. Don't be alarmed by these experiences. They are your confirmation. They're the universe winking at you, letting you know that the old rules no longer apply. You're in a new game now with a new set of physics, and these are the signs that you're learning to master them. As your connection to the quantum field deepens, so too does your connection to the unseen realms. The fifth miracle unlocked your dream portal and began activating your third eye. But that was merely opening the door. Now you're faced with a new advanced initiation, the test of discernment. With the veil between worlds thinner for you than ever before, your intuitive channel is wide open. Information, feelings, and energies will be flowing to you constantly. But here's the master's lesson. Not all that glitters is gold. Not every psychic whisper comes from the highest source. The collective unconscious is filled with the fear and anxiety of billions of souls. The astral plane has entities and thought forms that aren't aligned with your highest good. Even your own spiritual ego, now aware of your newfound gifts, may try to masquerade as divine guidance, feeding you information that inflates your sense of self-importance rather than serving your true mission. Your test now is to discern the signal from the noise. How do you do this? You must use the ultimate spiritual technology you possess, the resonant frequency of your own heart. When you receive a piece of guidance, a psychic hit, or a vision, don't analyze it with your mind. Bring it into your heart space and feel its energy. Does it feel expansive, peaceful, unconditionally, loving, and empowering for all? That's a communication from your higher self, your guides from Source. It's the frequency of truth. Or does it feel constricting, urgent, in a fearful way, judgmental, complicated? Or does it subtly feed your ego by making you feel special or better than others? That's a communication from a lower frequency, be it the collective your own, ego, or another source. This is the ultimate test of your sovereignty. The universe is asking you, can you be your own guru? Can you trust your own divine heart as the final arbiter of truth? Mastering this discernment is what separates the conscious channel from the chaotic psychic. Your inner peace is your unwavering compass. Learn to trust it above all else. As you refine your discernment, the universe will begin to entrust you with the active use of your new abilities. This is the unwrapping of your sacred gifts. These are the latent spiritual abilities, the siddhis spoken of in ancient texts that were encoded in your crystalline DNA and activated during the fourth miracle. They're now coming online, not as egoic superpowers, but as the divine tools required for you to fulfill your sacred purpose. For many of you, this will manifest as the gift of empathic transmutation. You'll walk into a room and instantly feel the emotional state of every person in it. But instead of being a psychic sponge that absorbs it all, you'll feel your heart chakra automatically begin to radiate a healing frequency, a soothing golden light that calms the space without you saying a word. You aren't taking on their pain, you're offering them a higher frequency to which they can attune. For others, it will be the gift of claircognizance, the power of clear knowing. You'll simply know the truth of a situation. You'll know if someone is lying, not because you hear their thoughts, but because you can feel the dissonant frequency of their words against the pure tone of truth within your own being. This gift will make you an incorruptible pillar of integrity. Still others will awaken clairsentience or clairvoyance. You may begin to see the subtle energy fields, the auras around people, plants, and animals. Or you may be able to touch an object and receive an energetic imprint of its history and the emotions of its owner. These aren't fantasies. These are your birthright senses coming back online. The key is to approach these gifts with humility and reverence. They aren't for parlor tricks or personal gain. They're the tools of your trade as a light worker, a healer, a guide, a guardian of the new earth. They're given to you in sacred trust to be used in service to the divine plan of love and liberation for all. To acknowledge and accept the sacred tools that are awakening within you, place your hand over your third eye and then over your heart. Affirm this to the universe: I accept these sacred gifts with humility, gratitude, and a commitment to serve the highest good of all. Now go to the comments and type, I am a divine instrument of love and service. This declaration opens the channels for your gifts to be used responsibly and powerfully. Finally, as you stand in this new supercharged reality, you'll be faced with one of the most subtle yet powerful tests of all, mastering the creative void. The great karmic dissolution of the sixth miracle was a cosmic clearing of your energetic slate. It was an immense act of grace. But in the space where all that old baggage, drama, and entanglement used to be, there's now a void, an emptiness, a profound stillness. To the ego, this void is terrifying. The ego thrives on noise, on problems to solve, on drama to engage with. It will rush to fill this sacred emptiness with new anxieties, new goals based on old programming, new distractions, anything to avoid the silent, infinite potential of the present moment. Your test is to resist this temptation. It's to learn to sit in the power of the void. This void isn't empty. It's pregnant with infinite possibility. It's the primordial canvas upon which you, the sovereign creator, will now paint your masterpiece. Before, your reality was a canvas cluttered and stained with the karmic paintings of your past. Now you've been given a clean, pristine canvas. The universe is asking you to pause before you pick up the brush, to sit in this stillness and truly listen with your heart to what your soul yearns to create, not what your ego thinks it should. And as you master this stillness, you'll realize one final beautiful truth. The karmic dissolution didn't just free you. That act of your own ascension sent a healing wave of light backward through time, through your entire bloodline. In freeing yourself, you freed the spirits of your ancestors from the repeating cycles they were trapped in. Your liberation is their liberation. The peace you now feel is the peace they can now experience. You've become the ancestral healer of your lineage, the one they were all waiting for, the one who finally broke the chain. The void you're experiencing is filled with their eternal gratitude. You aren't alone in this stillness. You're held in the loving embrace of a healed and liberated family line. This is your final confirmation. Your individual journey has always been a collective one, and your victory is a victory for all. Don't think for one moment that this is over. Don't believe that the seventh miracle was a finale. It was a birth. The echoes of the final activation, the sovereign ascension into the Christ consciousness grid, are still reverberating through every cell of your being, rewriting your very existence from the subatomic level up. The portal, this rare lunar gateway, isn't a door that has slammed shut. It's a lens that has brought your divine power into focus. And that focus is now locked. What you experienced wasn't a fleeting celestial event to be written down in a journal and forgotten. It was a permanent, irreversible metamorphosis. You've been fundamentally changed. The person you were a mere 24 hours ago is a historical artifact, an echo from a timeline that no longer exists for you. You're now standing on the threshold of a new reality, your feet planted firmly in the fertile soil of the new earth. And the real journey, the great work of embodiment, has just begun. The universe didn't bring you through this fire of transformation just to leave you scorched and confused. It has equipped you. It has recalibrated you. And now it's asking you to learn how to consciously wield the divine power that has been awakened within you. This is the integration phase, and it's the most critical part of your entire ascension. The air you're breathing now is different. The light that hits your eyes carries more information. The silence between sounds is filled with a new kind of music. You're perceiving a different world because you are a different being. One of the first and most profound signs that the integration is underway will be this undeniable sensory shift. The world will appear as if a dull grey film has been lifted, revealing a reality that is teeming with vibrant color life and intelligent energy. This isn't your imagination. You're literally seeing with 5D vision. You're perceiving the energetic life force, the pranic field that connects all things. But with this heightened perception comes a new responsibility. As your energetic sensitivity has been amplified 1,000-fold, you'll now feel the state of the collective consciousness more acutely than ever before. You'll feel the waves of fear, the pockets of anger, and the dense grief that still permeate the old 3D matrix. In the past, this would have overwhelmed you, drained you, and sent you into a spiral of anxiety. But now something miraculous will happen. You'll feel it, but you won't absorb it. You're now a transformer because you're plugged into the Christ consciousness grid. Any lower vibrational energy that enters your field will be automatically, effortlessly, and instantaneously transmuted into a higher frequency of love and light. You've become a walking, breathing, divine filtration system for the planet. Your very presence in a crowded room, in a grocery store, on a bus, is now being who you are is an act of service to the entire planet. Just by existing, you're helping to neutralize negativity. However, be aware that your light now shines so brightly that it can't be hidden. This will inevitably bring out the unresolved issues or shadows in the people around you. Those who are still stuck in the victim-aggressor dynamic will likely react to your newfound freedom with confusion, jealousy, or even outright hostility. They won't understand why their usual manipulative tactics no longer work on you, why their dramatic situations don't draw you in anymore, or why their negativity can't find a place to take hold in your energy field. They might call you cold, distant, or strange, simply because you're reflecting a freedom that their ego finds terrifying. This is a significant, energetic separation. The best course of action is not to engage with them. Don't try to explain or defend your transformation. Instead, send them love from a distance, recognize the divine spark within their pain, and continue to maintain your own high frequency. You are the lighthouse, and a lighthouse doesn't go searching all over the island for boats to rescue. It simply stands, tall, shines its light, and remains a beacon. However, the biggest challenge you'll face won't come from the outside world. It will come from within yourself. Your ego mind, that collection of old habits, beliefs, and survival mechanisms that you've identified with your entire life, won't give up control easily. It will launch a final, desperate attempt to regain its dominance. This is the ego's last stand. It will bring up every old fear, every insecurity, every memory of failure and shame. It will whisper in your ear, telling you that you're not worthy, that this experience wasn't real, that you're deceiving yourself, and that you'll inevitably fail and fall back into your old patterns. It will try to convince you that the bliss, peace, and power you're currently feeling are only temporary. It will tempt you with old addictions, familiar comforts, and past relationships that represent the very matrix you've just transcended. This is the ultimate test of your sovereignty. The universe is asking you, do you trust this new divine version of yourself more than you believe the old fear-based stories? Every time you choose not to engage with a fearful thought, every time you choose peace over drama, every time you choose your new truth over an old lie, you're weakening the ego's power and strengthening the neural pathways of your new, higher dimensional consciousness. You're not trying to destroy the ego. Instead, you're lovingly reassigning it from the position of master to the position of servant, a tool to be used for navigating the physical world, but never again the ruler of your inner kingdom. This process of integrating these changes is your sacred duty. To consciously anchor these significant shifts and navigate this new terrain with grace and power, you must adopt the practices of a master. Here are 3 sacred tools to help you embody your new reality. The first, and perhaps the most simple and powerful, is conscious breathing. Your breath is the bridge connecting the physical and non-physical realms, the conduit for life force energy. When you feel the pull of old energies or the chaos of the outside world, consciously shift your breathing, close your eyes, and breathe in slowly and deeply. As you inhale, visualize yourself drawing in pure golden white crystalline light from the very heart of the cosmos, from the Christ consciousness grid itself. See this light filling every cell, every organ, every strand of your DNA, reminding them of their new divine blueprint. Then as you exhale, visualize yourself breathing out a soft gray smoke, the dissolving remnants of old fears, old programs, and the last traces of the old limiting reality. Do this for just 3 minutes, and you'll completely recalibrate your entire energetic field. This is more than just breathing, it's divine alchemy. As you master your energy with your breath, you must also master your creative power with your words. This brings us to the second sacred tool, the power of I am. Throughout your life, you may have unconsciously used language that disempowers you. I hope I can, I'll try to be, I wish I had. These phrases are like commands to the universe, programming your reality for lack, struggle, and uncertainty. As a sovereign creator, you must now speak the language of creation itself. The two most powerful words in any language are I am. They are not simply statements of observation, they are declarations of creation. Whatever follows the words I am becomes a command to the quantum field to organize itself into that reality for you. The universe doesn't hear your intentions, it hears your declarations. Therefore, you must begin to consciously and deliberately rewrite your inner and outer monologue. Instead of saying, I am feeling sick, declare, I am vibrant health. I am the perfect divine blueprint in form. Instead of, I'm worried about money, declare, I am infinite abundance. I am a magnet for divine prosperity. Instead of, I feel so alone, declare, I am divinely connected. I am one with my soul tribe. At first, this may feel like you're lying, but you're not. You're speaking the higher truth of your soul into existence, overwriting the false programs of the ego. This is how you consciously forge your golden timeline. Moment by moment, declaration by declaration, you're no longer a victim of circumstance. You are the divine author of your experience. Type, I am the architect of my reality in the comments section. Let this be a sacred vow to yourself, a promise to wield your words with the care and precision of a master builder, because you are now building a new world. The third and final tool is for navigating your interactions with the world as it continues its chaotic transformation. It's the tool of sacred neutrality. Your divine empathy, now fully activated, can be a double-edged sword. You will feel everything. The key is to learn to be the observer, not the absorber. Sacred neutrality is the ability to witness the suffering and chaos of the world with an open, compassionate heart, without becoming entangled in the drama. It's the understanding that everyone is on their own unique soul journey, playing out the karmic lessons they chose to experience. It's not your job to save anyone. It's your job to hold the light so that they may find their own way home. When you encounter a person or situation steeped in negativity, visualize yourself surrounded by a bubble of golden light. This isn't a wall to keep the world out, it's a filter. It allows love to flow out from you unconditionally, but it prevents any fear-based energies from entering your field. From this space of protected neutrality, you can offer true compassion without taking on the energetic burden of others' choices. You become the calm eye of the storm. Your peace becomes your power, and your stillness becomes your service. This is the mastery of the lighthouse chosen one. The 7 miracles were your graduation. This integration is your life's work. The changes that have been activated within you aren't just for your own benefit. You are a seed carrier for the new earth. Every time you choose love over fear, you plant a seed. Every time you hold your sovereign frequency in the face of chaos, you water that seed. Every time you speak your I am truth, you shine the light of the sun upon that seed. You are a fractal of the divine plan, a crucial piece of a grand cosmic puzzle. Your personal awakening is a planetary awakening. Your healing is the healing of humanity. Don't look for signs in the sky anymore. Look for them in the mirror. You are the sign. You are the miracle. You are the living, breathing proof that a new world isn't just coming. It's already here, and it's anchored within your own magnificent, sovereign heart. The portal was just the beginning. Your life is the message. Go now and live it. Live it with a courage that shatters illusions, a love that heals all wounds, and a light that illuminates the path for all who are ready to come home. The journey continues, and the guidance will not cease. This is a new chapter, and you don't have to navigate it alone. Subscribe to Portal of Awakening to receive ongoing energetic updates, advanced tools, and the community support you need as you step fully into your mastery. And for one final time, to seal the work of this sacred portal and to declare your mission to the cosmos, type, I am a lighthouse for the new earth in the comments below. Claim your post. Accept your mission. Your watch has begun. Welcome home.